Hello YouTubers, it's Rob from The Spirit's Sake. Welcome back and thank you for joining me for another whisky review. This week it's another Japanese whisky, the Hibiki Japanese Harmony Masters Select. This is a travel only bottling of the Hibiki blended whisky from Suntory. This came from, wonderful bottle by the way, this came from Manchester Airport, and because the person who bought it for me left the receipt in the bag, I can tell you it was about 60 GBP, £60. The bottle is absolutely wonderful. Look at this. When your mum used to drag you around a department store on a Saturday or a Sunday, in the perfume department they always had these big bottles of, big ornate bottles full of fake perfume for display purposes. This is very evocative of that. It's got I believe a rice paper label as well. There's a lot of thought and a lot of money, quite frankly, gone into the design and the execution of the packaging. Let's see if the contents match up to that. Now, I poured a glass earlier because this really does benefit from a couple of minutes sweating in the glass. Let's go in. This, by the way, yeah, it's £60 for this travel-only version. The normal Hibiki Japanese Harmony, also no age statement. This is bottled at 43%, by the way, it's blended. The normal Japanese Harmony no age statement is 120 Canadian dollars in this part of Canada. They then go up in I think 12, 17, 21. The 12-year-old and above are not available in this part of Canada. They're available in the US for what is becoming a very, very high price. Really, only the Japanese Harmony now is within the reach of the normal blends drinker. So I poured a quick glass of this, and the first thing I got when I opened the bottle the first time was a bright and breezy outdoors smell, like somebody's come in from the outdoors, and you can smell all the breeze on their clothes. There is a grain here. It's got a pretty high malt content, I think, or it better had do for the price. There is a whack of grain which actually comes away very nicely if you leave it in the glass for 2 minutes. And what you're left with is bright, breezy, fruity, confectionery, sweetie shop type notes on the nose, and a very nice wood spice and wood smoke. Let's carry on with the nose a bit more. First thing I got was cola cubes on the nose, something bright and fizzy about it. A restrained grain. It's not particularly malty, there's not a heavy malt to it, it's very light malt, but it's very fruity as well. I got a raspberry coulis on the nose, or a jam of some sort, like a raspberry jam. I got a creamy vanilla on the nose as well, like a vanilla ice cream. A very nice wood smoke and wood spice, like a cinnamon note to it. Let's go for it on the palate. I can only have a drop of this, by the way, because I'm on painkillers for an infected wisdom tooth, which is being evicted on Friday. Oh, very nice. Spicy, slightly dry, but there's a lot of confectionery going on there. It's sweet but not sickly sweet. It's the fruity, fizzy sweets that I remember from my childhood. It's a very exciting thing, this. I've really enjoyed it. I only opened it very recently, and I've had 5 or 6 drams from it in one evening last week. There's a slight aniseed there as well. I want to say aniseed balls, but you end up back in confectionery territory with that. You know those rhubarb and custard sweets that you can buy in England, probably only in England as well? There's something creamy with a bit of sharpness to it. Vanilla, honeyed pipe tobacco. If you leave this, a tiny drop of this if you don't wash the glass basically before you go to bed, in the morning sniff the glass and you get a wonderful balance of wood smoke and honeyed pipe tobacco. Now you get that on the nose already, but if you leave it overnight, it really is just those two things. It's very, very interesting, very exciting. I'm also sorry to go back to confectioneries and getting the blackjack sweets that you used to get, those black things that were wrapped, but if they're very old in the newsagents, they went a bit grey as well. There's a slight carbolic, there's a slight smoky, almost peated coastal influence, a bit of salted caramel as well. Yeah, slightly spicy and dry on the finish, but plenty of sweeteners. This is really a very complex malt, extremely well put together, engineered for sipping, but with a hell of a lot behind it. I'm sure this isn't quite as good as the standard Japanese Harmony. They've removed references on the packaging to the umeshi, I think it's called, which is the Japanese plum brandy. Some of that in the standard version is matured in plum brandy cask, which I would have liked to see because that's obviously unique. And they've removed reference to the Mizunara, which is the Japanese white oak as well. I'd have liked to have sampled that too. So I would like to try the standard Japanese Harmony again. If you're going through the airport, this is a wonderful thing to have. I will drink this far too quickly. I'll keep coming back to it. It's one of the best blends out there in my opinion. It's good for the price. I'd like to see it a bit cheaper for a no age statement, but there we go. It's priced at that level and it's not taking the mick in my opinion. So there we have it. That's the Hibiki Suntory. The Hibiki Japanese Harmony Master Select. Hope you've enjoyed the review. Leave me a comment. Our responsible comments do follow, and I'll see you again probably next week. Cheers, everybody.